Hey guys, in this guide I'm going to explain who exactly short sale processors are and how they help homeowners short sale their property. We're going to discuss how a short sale processor differs from a real estate attorney. We're going to go over what exactly they do for the homeowner in a short sale situation. We're going to talk about if they charge fees, and if not, well, how do they get paid? And we're also going to talk about how much they can accelerate the short sale process. First, let me introduce myself. My name's Bob Vieira. I'm the owner of Universal Short Sales, America's fastest growing short sale processing company. I do this every day as a short sale processor myself, so we're going to go through step-by-step, first-hand information and details. This video is, of course, powered by House Cash In, America's fastest growing platform that connects motivated sellers with real estate investors that could help them. Now let's dive right in.
If you want to sell your house very fast for cash, then House Cash In gets the cash flowing.
What the definition of a short sale processor is in real estate. So let's dive right in. A short sale processor is going to be responsible for facilitating the entire short sale process on behalf of the seller. They're going to be the direct line of communication between the seller and the short sale lender throughout the entire process. That includes the documentation, verbal communication, and everything in between. Now guys, the most important part of a great short sale processing company is someone who's going to have fantastic follow-up systems in place. Very, very important. They need to have great follow-up systems in place so that the lender is held accountable for all of the timelines that they need to hit throughout the transaction. And that's going to move things along smoothly and get it done much quicker compared to not having a processing company involved. Okay guys, very common question. Is a short sale attorney the same as a short sale processing company? The answer is very simply, absolutely not. A short sale processor is not a licensed attorney. They're not licensed to practice law in the applicable state where the property is. A short sale processing company is someone who's going to make the transaction much smoother for everyone involved and very simply process documentation back and forth. An attorney is most likely going to charge the person who's doing a short sale, they're going to charge them a fee up front, or maybe they'll charge them a fee at settlement, or it might be on a recurring basis. It could be really any of the above. A short sale processing company, most of them at least, are not going to charge you a dime. At least my company at Universal Short Sales, I can't speak for everybody else, but we do not charge the seller a dime. We get compensated from the end buyer, whoever that may be, of the short sale. The next question is, what does that processor actually do for the seller? There's two main objectives that must be hit during a short sale that, if it's not processed correctly, it's probably not going to happen. The first factor is communication. All parties involved have to communicate. They have to know what's going on at all times, step by step in the process. Now, again, if it's not processed correctly, what happens most of the time is everyone's in the dark, a document gets submitted, and honestly, it might as well just go down through like a black hole, because the lender is going to take that document, and if no one's following up with them, if no one's confirming receipt of the document and staying on top of them, they're just not going to prioritize it, guys. It's that simple. The second factor is the follow-up systems. So we have communication and we have the follow-up systems. A good short sale processing company is going to keep everyone involved. Good news, bad news, boring news, whatever the case is, a good processing company is going to keep you as the seller involved step by step, as well as the attorneys that are involved, if any real estate agents involved, buyers agents. Everyone's going to be on the same page and no one's going to be in the dark, because that's the main problem with short sales. Yeah, they could take a while, there's confusion, there's complications, but if you get down to the crux of it, the reason so many people hate short sales is because you're in the dark. No one ever knows what the heck is going on. Let's move to the second factor, the follow-up. It's not enough just to follow up. I see all the time listing agents that want to list their own short sales and facilitate their own short sales and not hire a processing company. Yeah, they follow up and they stay on top of the lender the best they can. But what's going to happen is if you don't have a specific follow-up system tailored towards short sales, it's not going to work. You're going to get confused. You're going to forget when the last time you followed up with the bank was. Oh crap, what did they tell me last time I followed up? Wait, who's the assigned negotiator? It's just chaos. Trust me. With a processing company, again, this is all we do is short sales. So our follow-up systems are already in place. We use the same trusted system. Really, it's like a product. We're taking your loan, we're taking your short sale, and we're plugging it into our system. Our proven follow-up system is like clockwork. Our processors get notified every time they have to follow up with the bank, and believe me, it works, and the bank is going to be on time with all of their documentation and their timelines. That's how we hold them accountable. So let's recap. A good short sale processor, what do they do for the seller? They plug the seller's file into their system, they plug that short sale into their system, and they have great communication, and they have great follow-up systems, which ultimately get the short sale approved on time and faster than the industry norm. What's it going to cost me to hire a short sale processor to facilitate my short sale? Now look, I can't speak for the rest of the industry, but I could tell you that at Universal Short Sales, we don't charge the seller a dime. Our service is compensated on the final HUD by the end buyer at closing, whoever the end buyer is. Typically it's an investor, but either way, they sign a contract with us. When they submit their offer, everything is disclosed in the very beginning. And again, the seller of the short sale does not pay us a dime. It's a completely free service. We're compensated from the end buyer on the final HUD after the short sale is sold. All right, let's take a look at easily the number one question I get whenever a prospective customer is going to start a short sale with us. How long is it going to take? This answer is used in the industry by a lot of people for a sales pitch. What do I mean by that? They're going to tell you whatever they can just to get your business. Oh, I've done a short sale. My last one lasted 30 days flat. I've done a bunch in 60 days and my average is 90 days and whatever the case is. But here's the bottom line. That question can't be answered. There's no one question on how long a short sale could take. There's just too many factors involved that can affect the duration of a short sale, no matter how well it's processed. Here's an example. Let's say a listing agent has the property on the market listed for short sale. And the short sale processing company literally did everything on the short sale end to completion. The request for mortgage assistance packet, fully committed, completed. The request for mortgage assistance application, completed, submitted. All the applicable financial documents, bank statements, tax returns, hardship letter, everything is into the bank, everything's correct, they have everything they need on the short sale end. But the listing agent just can't seem to get the job done on the selling end. Not that it's their fault. Maybe it's a bad market. Maybe something's wrong with the neighborhood. Maybe it's overpriced. Who knows? But for whatever reason, they can't seem to generate an offer that can be submitted to the bank. So in this case, the short sale is complete. The short sale portion is complete, but the property's sitting on the market. Let's say 6 months down the line, it finally sells. Well, you could look back on it and say, okay, my short sale took 6 months. But really, the short sale documentation was completed in, let's say, 45 days. And if an offer came within that 45 days, well, then your short sale would take 45 days, wouldn't it? That's why it's an impossible question to put an exact concrete answer. I'll give you an example of another really common factor that comes up. a secondary mortgage, sometimes even a third mortgage, but let's look at a secondary mortgage position. Let's say everything with the short sale goes smooth, offer submitted quickly from the realtor, they do a great job, short sale processing company gets everything into the bank quickly, facilitates it fast, but oh wait, there's a secondary mortgage. So what happens is the primary lender accepts the short sale, they do their appraisal, they agree to a price, but then they make an offer of settlement to the secondary lender. Well, that secondary lender has to review that, and honestly, most of the time, they're going to counter back because the primary lender typically offers between like $2,000 and maybe like $6,000 on the high end to the secondary lender to settle. Well, if the secondary lender is owed like $20,000 and the primary lender, makes them an offer of $2,000 to settle, they're probably going to make them a counteroffer. So now a separate negotiation ensues between the secondary and the primary lender. That's going to add, 7 to 10 business days, maybe 14 to 21 days, depending on how intense the negotiation is. Guys, that's just a small example of what could push the short sale back and extend the timeline. Now, follow-up systems and great communication is super important in those situations, and it could still go a long way and get the short sale done. But my point is, you can't put an exact timeline on a short sale because there's too many factors that could be involved, and the complication of the short sale and the file of itself is going to have a heavy effect on how long the short sale takes. But if I had to put a guess on it, 3 to 5 months is probably a good average to go by. Again, could be sooner than 3 months, and it could be over the 5 months. We hope not, but it's possible. Hope that clears things up, and we'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.
If you want to sell your house very fast for cash, then House Cash In gets the cash flowing.